Good morning, everyone. So I wanted to do this quick reading before my live with Lisa today, just because I tend to get a little bit distracted when it comes to the live streams. I get so excited about what you guys are saying in the chat, and so anyway, I wanted to be able to focus in. Two super important things that came out last night with the full moon release. You know, I remember it was the moon was joined up with the planet Uranus, and with all that Aquarian energy from Pluto moving into Aquarius, plus Uranus being in Taurus, which is like the physical realm, we got this physical letter that was released. Actually, it was on the day before, and I just found out about it on Tribal, on the social media platform that I'm on, because I do not give any of my power to any Mark Zuckerberg products. But anyway, that's another thing. So it's 5 pages, I think. Yeah. And it's funny because if you read where it came from, some Washington Post editors, writers, Emma Brown, John Swain, Aaron Davis, Amy Gardner. And one of the post notes in here came from Beaver something. And it was a super moon, the super beaver moon. So I posted this in the community section. You can go there, and I think you could probably print it out or download it, because it takes you to a different website where you can do so. It's not just like screenshots. So there's that. This has to do with, we write to alert you to serious election security breaches that have threatened the security and integrity of the 2024 elections. Basically, they're asking for statewide recounts. Okay, so there's that. And then the other thing that happened earlier was, and I pinned it to the first comment in my last video, the video that says, "Will our government protect us?" This comment came from, this is how I allow for reversals. The question I'm asking is, will Joe Biden do something? Will he jump in and protect us? So there's this thing called PEDS. I have it in my notes here. It's basically the presidential emergency action documents. Okay, they're secret. They're top secret, from what I gather. And I also posted a link to the Brennan Center for Justice, which has all the information that we can get, because they're top secret. But anyway, RJ is the viewer brilliant person. I don't know if you're a man or a woman or how you identify or if that even matters, but I just want to say thank you so much for helping us out. So will Joe Biden step in and take charge? RJ says Biden must take charge, declare a state of emergency, completely investigate and recount votes. Our nation was attacked under his watch, and it's his duty to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. He will conduct a military operation to arrest the traitors and the foreign enemies. This is no longer a civil or criminal matter. This is an act of war. That's what I've been saying all week long, I think even last week. To attack for foreign entities, because it was probably more than Russia, to attack our election is an act of war. RJ goes on to say, this is no longer a civil or criminal matter. This is an act of war. We have no laws on the books to save us, but we do have the presidential powers, which were passed by Congress and sanctioned by the Supreme Court. It's a mess, and I'm sure Biden does not want to do this, but he has no choice. And there's some other things, but the last part that I really love is Biden cannot just make Harris president. She has to be proven the winner. If you want to know what the president can do, Google PEDS, P-A-D-S, which is what I posted in the community section. So, yeah, and he has almost unlimited powers to save the country. So here's my question. Let me bring this up again. I'm not going to have enough room. There we go. That should do it. Camera's a little crooked, as always. There. Okay. Dear Joe, what you gonna do? Will you, let me make some room over here. Will you exercise your presidential emergency powers? Will you use the Presidential Emergency Act documents? And I guess these were put in during the, after 9/11. Okay. Joe Biden, what will you do? Right there. Okay. I like this came through upright. Whoa. And his challenge with the world coming through reversed. Yeah. He has teamwork. This is Mars in Capricorn that rules this card. Mars gets something going, right? Acts with other people. I mean, actions done, work done with other people. It's super simple. It's so interesting because Saturn rules Capricorn, Saturn rules this card. This is physical, governmental, Okay, so with the World card coming through reversed, his challenge is to complete something of which we have no closure, which is our election. And it's also, the World card has to, it's a complete victory card, but we're just not there yet. This is a completion and major security, but we're not there yet. And he has to do something. He's on his way, or he may already be. He's been meeting with world leaders. He's on his way to the G20. So I wonder. Okay. What he's sitting in, what he has control over, is our homeland and the event of the election, actually. That's pretty telling. In his past, just most recent past, he's working with partners. He's trying to heal a situation. He's thinking. He's probably talking to Kamala a lot, I would think, but also because I would think he's talking to everybody with the World card, and everybody. What's hanging over him with the Moon? It's bringing some anxiety. He's wondering. Well, also, I wonder if he's a little insecure about it. He's afraid, he's worrying. Okay, near future. Oh, we've got the Empress coming through upright. She's like, mama protection, but she's also, this could be Mother Russia. What's affecting him internally, and we've got the Seven of Swords, the theft. He knows it. What's affecting him externally, he's got the power to bring it down. Hopes and fears. Page of Cups reversed. Yeah, he's feeling weighed down by this. He's feeling very weighed down. The outcome, Seven of Wands reversed, I don't know if he'll take a stand. He might be feeling, well, you know what? Actually, if he does do it, it wouldn't even be it would be more than taking a stand. It would just be, bam, this is it. And we wouldn't even, we would know something happened, but we wouldn't know all the details because everything is secret and he's allowed to do that. I get another feeling with this card, with the Seven of Wands reversed. I feel like he's feeling overly protective of us. Let's see what was on the bottom on the other side. Yeah, he's thinking about it. This is really affecting him, and he's afraid we're not going to get away with another free and fair election. Oh, and he's wanting to be released from the darkness, released from the, you know, basically the poodster, as Lori calls him over at the Way of Positive Change. Okay, that's about as good as I can do with the tarot. Let me just use a simple, actually I'll use a kipper. I'll choose a kipper real quick. I'll let you guys look at those cards while I shuffle here. So I'm just asking the same question. What's Joe Biden going to do? If the man card comes through, that's him. The woman card will be Kamala. And then the other cards, the other people cards would reveal who may or may not. Well, he doesn't need support. That's the thing. He can do this all by himself. He doesn't need any okay at all. He's the president. And you know, thanks to Scrotus, he's now king. So, Joe, what are you going to do? In this one, hold on. I'm gonna close it and get down here. Okay. That's this deck right here. In case you're new to my channel, I use it a lot for political and legal questions. Okay. Joe, what are you going to do? Whew. You can feel the pressure he's under. I think he's talking, you know, to have the Two of Cups over here just really makes sense that he's talking with a lot of people as to, I don't know if a lot of people, but this trusted, whoever he trusts. That Two of Cups when it's upright, that's somebody you trust. Usually. But what are you going to do, Joe? The decision is yours and yours alone. What are you going to do? He's known as our intel president, the intelligence president, because he's always getting intel from all over the world. Right there. Okay, evidence. This would be the vote count. This would be recounts or the evidence of what's happened. Whoa, okay. Here's Kamala, literally restricted. I mean, she really is. She's restricted right now. This would be the support of the evidence. This would be Joe Biden's reputation on the line and America's reputation and the high position that he's in. And he wants to exalt her into her rightful position. Yeah, he's working on it. He knows who the enemies are. This is my voting machine card when I'm, doing this type of a reading. Voting machine. It's also putting an end, because we can read in different layers, levels, perspectives. This would be putting an end to the enemy. The enemy will end. The enemy will be ended. Is that that's not a good way to say it, but yeah. Yeah, support here. Yeah, support here. There's another advisor. This could be, I could say that this is Jill, just because I had to assign the main female card. Normally, that would be Jill. But because it's in the same angle, I think we can read it both ways. If this is Kamala, and this is Dr. Jill. Yeah, he just is thinking about it. He's having a hard time with it because, it's big. To declare an act of war on the USA, just because you didn't fire a missile, right? That's what I've been saying all week long. Okay, so anyway, this is surveillance. So these are men. This is more than one man. These are the menses. That's I used to have I still have his sweetest nephew when he was little, he would say, "Oh, the worker mans are here," or the menses are here. And my sister-in-law and his mom and I would be like, "Menses? No, that you don't say that, honey." He was like 3. Anyway, so surveillance. This is a card of surveillance, and he has a lot of men supporting him with that surveillance. It knights to the women, so it's men and women that are working hard on the evidence to keep bringing those wheels into. I can read that on the most simplest level. Oh yeah, and then here's all the AI. Here's all the artificial, well, not artificial intelligence, but intelligence is the people working their fingers to the bone to bring through the top level of information, people working their fingers to the bone to bring through the highest level of evidence. And they're working hard. And this would be him bringing through something, delivering something, because he has important discovery. This would be his complaint. Now, you need to know, if you read, please read the thing that I posted in the PEDS Act, because I think you're probably wondering already, well, wait, can SCOTUS do something? Can SCROTUS get in there and mess it all up? No. He does not need anything from, he doesn't need anything from Congress or the Supreme Court. He does it all on his own. Okay. Yeah, he's really worried about us being put in a position where we don't have the means to even take care of ourselves anymore. He sees the threat immensely. And here he is in charge of getting the information he needs, the surveillance he needs. Here are the rules and regulations that he is allowed to, where's my chopstick here? That he's bound, well, this is his obligation as well. This is a card of obligation. It's also my Jack Smith card, and Jack Smith may be working with him. And that may have been why Jack Smith just said, okay, well, I'm going to pack it up and go, because something else is going to come down. And, Jack Smith works for the Hague, so doesn't mean this is over. So Biden actually has the power, the Presidential Emergency Act. If you read those documents, it says that he has the power to lock up people. He's looking to the surveillance support to lock up somebody. Meanwhile, Kamala she's restricted now, but she's looking forward to coming together with all of this support. And this is bothering her as much as it is, she's in it with him. This is really hard for both of them. He's like, oh no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to go through it. But, what else is he going to do? And then here we are. Oh, you guys, okay. Well, yeah, wow. He's loyal. This is he's loyal to the country. He landed in one of the most powerful positions in the spread. Okay. If he were down here, I would be like, oh, and especially if he was looking back at it all, I just don't know if he would do it. But up here, now we can read this whole thing pretty much as all of the past, what he's been going through. But this tells me that because he landed up here, that he's in control of the thievery and loyal. And he will take the risk. He'll take the risk. He'll pull that lever. He will pull that friggin' lever. So I could go through a bunch of knighting and mirroring and all that stuff, but that's more for teaching purposes, and this was just to get an answer. So I do believe, yes, he will put an end to it. The recounts need to happen. Recounts. There's so many clues to recounts here. The Four Corners tell me he hates doing this, but he has to, because, and I think that Jack Smith and his team have had some influence on him, because they know what Trump's doing all over the rest of the world. And this is a worldwide issue. And the United States is who they look to for democracy and freedom. So if we don't protect that, we're screwed. I think he'll do it. So time will tell. And I would love it if you bring the questions or your questions about this into the live stream today. And so we can get Lisa's take on it. I want to see what she has to say. Okay. Big hugs, you guys. As always, take good care. Bye.